ARTHEO ends the game. Keep fucking stalling their backs. Stall the backs. Stop the ports! Stop the ports! Stop the ports! Stop the ports! ARTHEO!
Welcome back to another Shinebreaker video. So today I'm going to go over like a little trick of mine when playing the breaker style. I got the items here. If you look up here on the top row, I got this item and this item. They're all in order, specifically like a tier list kind of thing. So I kind of rank these as, from 10 to 0 or something like that. So you got Riftmaker. I consider that the best item you can build on Volibear. And then Titanic second, Hullbreaker third, and then Iceborne's really good, especially Sheen. You know, when you're using that Q on that tower, I like Iceborne. You can go Trinity if you want to, but I think tank stats are very important on Volibear, so having a balance of that. And then I really like Hollow. Bambi's really good. It helps you with the clear. Hollow in particular, compared to Sunfire, is better. The secondary passive just works really well with his lightning chain, and when you have like Titanic or Riftmaker, it just just pops right off, and you just got a lot of AOE damage. And it's just really good with like a Baron wave, a Baron buff wave, and a Hullbreaker wave. So this is kind of my trick setup here is when you have the gold, that's the item you're going to start with. So a lot of times in lane, if you have 1300 or above, you always want to get this item. This item right here is just going to kick anyone's ass in lane. Uh, you get that bonus damage, and you go straight into Riftmaker. And then sometimes I don't have this amount. Sometimes I'll end up, needing to go back at 1,200. So I'll get the Tiamat. Tiamat's really good. It gives you AoE, like a shockwave. It's really good in combination with passive. So I like to go that route. And then, of course, if I'm just shy, you know, of Tiamat, I'll just go ahead and get the tunneler. The health and AD is really good on the bear, especially with that W. And who knows, if you get enough gold, you can get Hullbreaker earlier. Sometimes you could just go straight into Titanic if you want to. And then the next tier is like, if stuff happens at level 2, and a lot of times it does, or, where you're kind of low, but you're stretching for that, 900 gold, Sheen is just really good, especially with that W rebite. You're going to chunk them down pretty hard, and you can't go wrong with Iceborne. Iceborne's going to help you get back in the game. And then, of course, Bambi. It's really up to you. You can go Sheen or Bambi. You just have to feel it out what you want to do. But I think Sheen is better. Um, but you can go either or. But the trick is, so when you buy one of these, like this for example, you complete an item, and then whatever you can afford on the next back. For example, like if I get 1,200, I'll go for this. If I don't, I just go whatever is up on the next, on the tier list here. And that's pretty much what determines my next item. And either way, all of these items are going to be built. It's just a matter of, whether you have the gold now or not. And that's just pretty much it. You can't go wrong with this setup at all. So like, if you lose early or, if you got into a really bad fight early, these, lower tier items are still really good. And, they build into the tank stats, which help Volibear get back into the game. All of these in the high tier are pretty much you got a solid lead, or you know you got a kill under your belt, or you just been constantly farming, no enemy jungler bothering your lane. That's what these three kind of stand for, these two. So anyway, I'm going to show you an example of a game. Alright, so we're gonna rearrange this here. This is kind of out of whack. Oh, now we're good. So we're starting out with the Doran's Ring. I always do that. You start with E. So we got a lot of shit going on here. And this guy should be dead. Oh no, Silas. Silas didn't flash. It's really unfortunate. So it looks like we're starting off the game with bot lane has 2 kills under their belt. Jungle and top have assists, so does mid. And support does too. A little rough, but you know, this is one of the things I just want to talk about. I never go for an invade. The reason why is, yes, of course, like if I get a kill or 2 or whatever, I can buy an item, right, and snowball, right? But here's the thing. Set helped his teammates, right? He's got 2 assists. He's level 1, and look at his second wave is coming up. I'm already getting this wave, so I'm gonna hit level 2. His lane is over. His lane is over. This is why I never do this, by the way. Never do that. So I got E and W. Because I knew he wasn't going to be here, so there's no point in putting Q. Point in Q, so I just ward this bush. I normally ward this over here, but I don't really care. I'm not really scared at this point because I know I got a solid lead, and I also have teleport. My last video, I was showing how to dominate the game with Ignite and Ghost, but this time I'm going to show you how to do it with teleport. So you get a bit more map control. So in a situation like this, where Set has Ignite, so he's kind of screwed right now. He's in a bad spot. He's low. Can't exactly kill me because I'm full HP. I can punish him here pretty hard. So he's going to lose a lot. And that's the nice thing about it, because like normally if I had Ignite, I would kill him right here. But why kill him when you can just, you know, torture him? You know, you can play with your food a little bit and get as much, you know, farm as you can. That's the difference between, you know, Ignite and Teleport. Teleport, there's a strategy with it. It allows you to stay in farm. It allows you to get more plates. You know, especially if you have Ignite, you have to take like 1 plate. Or you don't have time. You have to go back before he gets back to the lane, right? With Teleport, you get all the time in the world. You can just get more than 1 plate. That's what I mean. The difference there, because you can just teleport back to lane and you don't miss anything. And another reason for teleport is, get some action going on here a little bit. You can deny a canyon or an entire wave. And you can also deny a tower. So the reason why I'm showing this kind of in the replay kind of style is just so you can see what's happening outside of my game. So you can see what's going, you know, what we all don't see in the fog of war. And that way I can kind of explain, you know, how to, you know, split push, all the decision making that, you know, goes on in the top lane throughout the whole game. Because I think that's really helpful for, you know, low elo players who are just learning the game or are, you know, trying to improve their gameplay. especially with my style, the breaker style. This is how I play all the time. So we're gonna kill him here since we're level 6. The combo with the Q and R combo, that's what you want to look to land. So as soon as you hit that stun, you want to drop that R. So I got the E, everything, that whole, you know, shabam. And we got a lot of gold off that. So right away, when you have this much gold, you see what I buy? I buy this item right here. So that's the highest on the tier list that I have, that I showed you earlier. So you buy that, and then looks like I'm going straight into finishing that item ASAP as soon as I can, you know. And overall, my team's doing really well, even though like early, the invade was terrible. Our jungle is really good. Mid lane's doing okay. Bot lane's, you know, hanging in there. Alright, I see set. So I know I gotta follow up on this. I'm a little late though. He gets out. I managed to kill. Unfortunately, I die, and I apologized to him, and he said it's all good. He did good. The grubbies are very important. For the breaker style, the grubbies are extremely important. So you always want to be there. Try to be on time. I was a little late, so it's kind of my bad. See what I got. Yep, so next back I should have Riftmaker, and we'll completely annihilate this guy. Set's going for the Heartsteel build, which isn't terrible, but he's kind of behind, so I think if I were him, I would stick to damage. Stick to damage. Probably better off getting a Tiamat, you know, and try to clear and farm it as much as you can. I'm a lot stronger than he is, item-wise. So right here, you try to look for play like a combo, try to bully him a little bit with your W. Alright, so I'm doing a little bit of boxing in here. It looks like I want to stay for this plate. It's kind of risky, but I think it's worth it in my position. I almost have Riftmaker. Oh dear, looks like he's gonna miss this. He's gonna give up this entire wave. And then I'm gonna go back for this plate. Unfortunately, I've been taking too much tower shots for no reason. So like there. I used my E to shield. I should be able to get that plate. He flashes in. Well played. But it doesn't matter. I have teleport, so I'll be back in time. And if you look at his items, he's not going to be able to clear fast. Like I said, he's better off going Tiamat. So here's the canyon, and you want to deny that. You want to teleport in there. So I'm going to try to run him down. I got Riftmaker. I'm teleporting. Alright, good try. Go back to wave. And since he went back, we want to hard shove and get a plate. Let's see what he bought. Yeah, he's still working on a heartsteel. I wasn't sure if he was going to go heartsteel or Warmog. Some people do Warmog rush.
Blue team double kill.
Ooh, nice. That really helps them a lot. I want to see how Rengar plays this. Okay. So we're going to get a free grubbies here. So we're a lot stronger than this guy. We got Riftmaker. No way he wins this. Jungler's coming up. I put my E out there in case he, you know, started running in that direction, or if my jungler missed the Q. Alright, first tower. And now we're going back. And here's what I'm talking about. When you go back, you buy whatever is up on the tier list there. And you notice, actually I go for boots. Damn, I'm rich. So I always go for Swifties, and the reason why is because at 20 minutes in the game, everybody gets a red buff. So you're gonna get perma slowed all the time. So I prefer Swifties on the bear. And I'm running Celerity. So that really helps him get the lane faster to be able to put pressure on the map. And it also goes really well with Unleash Teleport. Unleash Teleport gives you a bit of movement speed. So having that extra boost with the Celerity rune really helps, especially with Q. When he runs towards targets, he'll be able to quickly get into the fights or quickly get up to the next wave and continue to put pressure. But most importantly, the next item on the tier list is Tiamat. So you know I'm going to be going for Titanic. So I already got my two big items I'm going for here. Riftmaker, Titanic, and I'm going to be a force of nature out here. When you get those two items, you're getting fed. Kind of looking around. The Rift is up, so we'll be able to take Shelly here. I normally like to take this, but sometimes I'm nice and I give it to the jungler. Dragon will be up. Yeah, I normally take this. I get mad when the jungler takes it, but I'm in a good mood. I got a lead, first tower, all that good stuff. So I just give to him. See that wave clear? Riftmaker and that Tiamat. Wait until you see Titanic. And the nice thing is you don't have to waste as much mana. You can just use your auto attacks. And you can hit them from a distance without, being close to them. Kind of bully them. And again, you got 3 coming here. And that's okay. And, there's nothing you can do about that. Try to waste as much time as you can. So Dragon's free. So it's whatever. Set's still, he's low. He still has to push this entire wave here. And I have teleport, by the way. So he's not really going to get very far. And, you know, he's going to have to run back if I don't catch him. So this is the canyon wave, by the way. So I'm going to deny that. We got Dragon. Bot lane's kind of a little trouble there, but I think they'll be okay. See? Deny that. See how he's running away? We're gonna catch this guy. They get the revenge. Alright, and then we'll go back. Take a look at the items here so far. Set has Heartsteel finally. 94 CS, I have 139. We're going right back to putting pressure. I'm gonna hit Demolish off. Mark the target. He's here, so we're just gonna just sit back for a little bit, kind of wait for everybody to go away. So I don't see this, but it's whatever. As soon as I see him mid, I go back. The Rengar's here. Okay. Try to fight the best you can. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting stronger. And I have Titanic now. So next time, you know, that little kitty wants to come up and, you know, find out, he's going to find out. So we got the two most powerful items on Volibear in the game here when it comes to the breaker style. I don't think Set wins this at all. Even though he's gonna level up. Oh, he just leveled up. Alright, so I'm gonna go here and scare these guys off. So we're waiting for Twitch here. Twitch can sneak up on him. That's what I'm waiting for. Alright, he's going in. Pop that goes. Alright, he's got a kill. And that's all we gotta do. We just gotta make that play and go back to top lane. Set's finally going 80. I'm not sure what he's gonna build. Look at that damage. Alright, so now we'll be able to fight. Drop your ult, you're gonna deal more damage. Got two. The ult. So that's something I always say every time. Titanic on Volibear, when you ult, you deal more damage during that time. So not only are you getting bonus damage from Riftmaker, the Riftmaker also scales with his ult. Because the more health you get, the more AP you get on the secondary passive there. So these two are just really strong when you ult, basically. So during that time, the 12 seconds or whatever that is, your autos, your active on the Titanic, your Q, your W, all of that's gonna hit like a truck. We got Dragon up. I'm looking for a teleport play here. I'm taking him out. I'm gonna take these guys out. Double kill. Triple kill. That'll be 3 dragons. So I'm not gonna touch this wave because Twitch needs to be able to farm. I'm just gonna go top side. I'm actually gonna go in here. See if I can make a play. I'm so strong right now. See what I got. Alright, so the next on the tier list, it looks like I went for Bambi. It's what I could afford on that back. And a couple of these, which could be, you know, built in the hullbreaker. So I'm going for hollow. I changed mine because of this. Or this. So I go ahead and start beating up Set. Got his flash out of the way. So I'm just gonna go down here. I know this guy is trying to get away. I'll be taking that. Alright, looks like I got item. So I have hollow. So now I have even more AoE damage. So every time I hit a wave, it's just gonna have that secondary passive go off. And it's just gonna be magic damage going everywhere. Plus your passive, your E, and then when you ult, that's a lot of AoE. So I love this item. So we got MR, and next item, it depends on what we can buy. I think what's left is Iceborne and Hullbreaker, so most likely probably gonna get a Sheen next. Ooh. Ooh, picked up a kill there. Looked like Zyra almost got caught. And Rengar is pretty tilted right now. This guy is putting some pressure on the map. Probably gonna take that tower. But I really want Baron. We should have already done it. Damn. Alright, we got that Baron. Like I'm going back. For Sheen. Yep. But normally I would actually get Hullbreaker. I think I went back and I was short on gold. So that's the reason why I went with Hollow. So yeah, normally you have Hullbreaker about this time, but with Titanic, Titanic does damage to structures. So all it is hullbreaker gives you a buff to your canyon. So I normally like to have that around Baron. But this is just to show you that there's a lot of items on the menu that you can build. For the breaker style, these are like my favorite top strongest items to scale with into the late game. So it's kind of like a scaling build, pretty much what it is. So take that guy out, so we'll be able to take this tower. Probably the inhibitor too. Alright, that's good enough. We'll back off. Got dragon coming up. And I have teleport. I thought about staying here and then waiting for them to contest for dragon, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that. Sometimes I'll do that and then I'll set myself up for a bear special. Alright, so I got Iceborne now, so I have MR, I have armor, and I have like cloud control and all the AoE in the world. And then now I'm going for a hullbreaker at the end, which I might not complete. I probably don't need it, but we'll see. So I go back bot. We got the dragon, and you know, I want to be with the supers. So you can see the damage. You can see that secondary splash, and it's just like with Titanic, you can hit the back line of the wave and set it off. It's really good. Another thing you can do is you can go Warmog. You can turn off auto attack and do the dancing bear playstyle like I have in several clips. If you check out on YouTube, you can see the dancing bear. That's a lot of fun. You don't even have to hit the wave. Here we go, bear special. Boom! Get ulted. Look at the destruction. Double kill. Alright, so I went 13 and 5. Like I was getting kills left and right. 218 CS. If you look at Set in 133, he's severely behind, and partly it's because of the invade. So as a top laner, I highly don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. Don't do the invade. Stay in lane. It's much better for you. And he lost a lot of gold. You can see I did the most damage on my team. Damn, I did more than Twitch. 38,000. That's wild. Tower damage. That's the number one. Like, it's nice to see this, but this isn't number one. Um, this is right here. Tower damage. Uh, objectives is I usually go secondary because you focus on the grubbies and getting the rift. So you normally see that. And then I guess you know, damage, how much damage you're soaking in. And with Volibear, he's very good at doing that. Looked like Set took a bit more, but you know, he got the bad end of it, of the deal there. Uh, Getting his ass kicked around there. And I like to go to stats and I check how many towers I did. I only got 3 towers. Not a whole lot. My team, you know, managed to get a couple. But these are the runes I like to run on Volibear. It's like a scaling runes. So like graphs over time. overgrowth, um, and of course all the health with second wind is really good. Celerity, the movement from hullbreaker, swifties is really good. Ghost and like I said, unleash teleport has movement speed, and the gathering storm is going to give you more damage over the course of the game. So um, whether you're AP or AD, it doesn't matter. All that bonus damage is going to go onto the ult, give you a bit more damage when you ult the towers, and your autos per auto. And when you have Hullbreaker, every fifth auto, it's going to give you a mini demolish. All this health with demolish, it's going to like one shot a tower and then get that Hullbreaker. The main reason for Hullbreaker though is the Nexus. Being able to burst down the Nexus every fifth auto is really good. So Riftmaker helps with that on the passive. When you hit your Q on the inhibitor or a tower, Sheen, Spellblade, that's going to do more damage in combination with Titanic. Titanic's really powerful with the Q and, of course, the W. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much my little secret to you guys. It's all about the gold. So early, follow that tier list. If you can buy that AP item, get it and go for that Rift Maker. If you can't, it's okay. Just look down the tier list. If you can get Tiamat, go for it. If you can get Bambi or Sheen, go for that. Or of course, Tunneler item that's up there. You can get that. But that's usually what I go for. And if you look at it, all these items give Volibear tools that he can use. Riftmaker is incredibly good for his passive, his E. He's going to be able to clear the wave fast. That's very important. Uh, Tiamat, Titanic also clears the wave. Bambi item, Hollow clears the wave. You can do the same thing with Sunfire, but I prefer Hollow. And um, Iceborne is pretty decent at clearing too, but most importantly, controls the crowd, controls the target, make sure that they don't get out of your E, because your E does a lot of damage. It does percent health damage to the target. So that's a big deal. Percent health. Um, so being able to land that is also helps you get more on hit onto the target. And most importantly, Spellblade does more damage to towers when you Q, so you want that. And this in combination with Titanic, it hits like a truck. So when you Q a target, you're slowing them, but you're also dealing a shit ton of burst damage. Especially if you hit the active. You can hit the active while you're running, and then Q, and you hit off a shockwave. That's one of the reasons why I like Titanic compared to the other Hydra items. And but yeah, like I said, I usually go Hullbreaker earlier, but this is just to show you whatever you can afford to buy, you can't go wrong with any of these. All these items are going to give you the tools that you need. Now I know you guys got the Flicker Blade build, the Rod of Ages, and all that stuff. That's a different type build. This is the breaker style. Obviously, you can go whole breaker with Rod of Ages and Flicker Blade. That's really good. I got that build up in my guide. But the most consistent breaker style split push, these are the items that I love to run, and it doesn't fail me. It usually works all the time. The only threat I would say is like late game scaling champions. Obviously, Volibear is early game and he falls off late. But when you play the breaker style, when you're going for like towers, you're actually scaling for that purpose. Is the wave itself gives Volibear more power, opposed to in the jungle he's a lot weaker because he doesn't have a wave with him. So when you have like Baron and Hullbreaker buff on the Jack Supers or like a Canyon, that makes Volibear 10 times more of a champion, if you know what I mean. So going in there with the wave, with all these items, AoE items, is devastating. But I would say champions like Kale is annoying because you can't beat her once she gets to level 16. So when you're trying to scale to the late game to destroy the Nexus towers, Kale is like the hardest champion to beat. So even if you beat her early, you still have to try to end the game before she hits level 16. So she's probably the only threat, I would say, to this kind of setup. For Kale, you're probably better off going um, PTA or something like that and try to dominate early and end the game early or something like that before she gets out of hand. So that's pretty much the only tip I would say is any kind of late scaling champions. But you'll find all that out. You'll play a game and you figure it out. And most of the time, it's just those range champions in the top lane that are really annoying. Teemo, Quinn, Vayne. You're gonna get those players that are just a bunch of cowards, and they're just trying to be a dick and give you a hard time. But as long as you stick to that setup, the tier list, you buy any of those items, you can't go wrong. It's going to help you with the wave clear, and that's the key. You got to instantly clear the wave before they do a lot to you. So if you're slow like the set was, for example, he was building Heartsteel. He couldn't clear, he couldn't push, he couldn't do anything. I denied him a couple canyons. So like he would have been better off getting Tiamat. Maybe building Heartsteel second would have been better for him. So yeah. So hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like and comment below if you learned something or whatever. Um, so yeah, see you next time.
ARTHEO!